Hey, everybody. Welcome to Making Connections. This is your girl, Aly. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. You guys know that as the show is coming on, we try to show flyers of different events that are happening around the community. If there's something maybe you missed the date or a contact number, you can go to the Making Connections with Aly page, and the flyers are usually there. And if you still have questions, just inbox me or send me a note and I'll make sure I connect you with the right place because we are making connections. And so I have two exciting guests with me today. Hi, Kimberly.
Hi, Allie. How are
How are
you?
you? I'm good. How are you?
Awesome.
Good, good. And Miss Kristen Downs. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Now, Kristen is new to the show. Kimberly has been on once or twice, I think. You jumped on with
hmm
me.
hmm
But Kristen is new. So Kristen, we're gonna let you go first and just introduce yourself to our Making Connections family before we jump into the interview.
All right. Hello, I'm Kristen Downs. I'm assistant principal for Cleveland County Schools, and I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, assistant principal. Y'all be good. Don't get sent to the office, okay? And Kimberly, I know you've been here before, but just maybe in case somebody missed you the first time, go ahead and introduce yourself as well.
Awesome. So, again, I'm Kimberly Roberts. I am a licensed money coach. I've been a money coach for the last, will be 15 years this year. And I'm excited to be here today, Miss Allie.
And I just, I got to tell everybody, I know she's been doing it for 15 years, but she started when she was real young.
12. 12 to be
It's
exact.
either 15 or 12. It changes sometimes, y'all, but it's okay. So, thank you, ladies, for being with us. Here on Making Connections, we like to empower people and, give them information and really make that connection, things that they might be missing out on, or, even if it's just inspiration to do what God has called them to do or to fulfill a vision that they have in their life. And so I know we have been a part of what we call Ladies' Night, a little sip and chat, Ladies' Night for the past 2 months. And so, Kimberly, let's talk about that. What was that all about? What was that event for?
Oh, man, Allie, we've just been trying to let women know, during this pandemic, so many women have had to make choices between do I go back to work? Do I stay at home with the kids? Do I leave my career? And so we're trying to basically show them they can have it all if they become entrepreneurs. And so, what the Ladies' Night Out has been about is teaching them how to become an entrepreneur, how to secure the bag. You can have it all. You don't have to just um, do one or the other during this time frame. So that's what it's been about.
Right.
Absolutely. And so, Kristen, I know you've been a very what's that word I'm looking for? Assistant principal. Very integral part of that.
Yes,
you've
yes,
also
I
been you've
have.
also been one of the presenters. And so, what is your experience been with Ladies Night?
Well, my experience has been great. So not only am I an assistant principal, I'm also a licensed money coach as well. Currently, and right now, I am a partner with Kimberly Roberts, and I do it part time. So everything that she said is absolutely true. We can be entrepreneurs. Um, my full-time job right now is an assistant principal, but this opportunity and being a business partner with Kim and also with you, Allie, has opened my eyes to so many other things. And I have had access to things that I have not had access to in years. And that business allowed me to provide an opportunity not for only for myself, but opportunities for my family as well. So it's been a great experience. And I've been in the business for going on 2 years, and it's been great. Entrepreneurship and making money and securing the bag. Yeah, it's
That
been
part
great.
right there. Look, I'm trying to follow these two ladies because they is blazing the path. You hear me? When
Right.
they come on here and they tell you what they tell you, they ain't playing. They putting it in action. They're actually doing what they say they're doing. And so that's why I feel honored to be a part of this business partnership because they are making an impact in people's lives. they're teaching people. And even me, like, okay, I'll just say when I first heard the presentation, I was like, okay, and it was eye opening. But it seems like the more I do the presentation to present it to other people, I mean, I'm really getting saying like, wait a minute, really? This is
Hmm.
how the banks treat us? Now we put our money in these banks and hoping our money's going to grow, and it's only really growing if you really pay attention at maybe zero point 0.5 to 1.5% if you're
Mhm.
lucky to get the 1.5.
Yeah.
But there are so many other places that we could place our money opposed to just a savings account where it will really grow and make an impact. Because Christian, I mean, why are you in this business? And you said for your family, but do you have some children?
I do. I have 19-year-old twins.
Uh-oh,
And
uh-oh.
I have a 6-year old. So not only, you know, at the young age that I am now, even though I have 19 year olds, not only have I learned these concepts for myself, I'm actually able to teach the concepts to my children, and they're able to save on their own. They're able to grow their own money and not necessarily have to put their money in the banks. So I wish I had learned these concepts as at their age now. But it's
Mhm.
okay because I'm still living and I'm still thriving and I can still secure the bag. So,
That's it. And
hmm
that was going to be one of my questions. And I know Kimberly's happy, she learned it early because you have small children. But I was going to say, what difference would it have made if you known this when your teenage, when your twins were like in their 7 or 8 years old? How would college
oh,
be?
oh my goodness. Well, we're talking about and they are in college. That's a decision that they made. And I have several degrees myself. I cannot say that I would be in debt right now with going to college, and I'm not, saying that college is not the way to go because my children are in college too, and I went to college. But if I had learned these concepts at their age, I would probably be in a different position right now, just because I know what the company has done for me in 2 years
Right.
and what I'm doing now. So, uh,
I dare to say she's saying it would have been different.
yeah, I think it would have been different. Now I love what I do every day, but I mean, if
Right.
we're being completely honest, and I'm being completely honest, I probably be in a different position right now.
And Kimberly, I'm gonna let you talk about two of the things that she just mentioned. One about being, going to college, but college is not the only route. And two,
Mhm.
the fact that even if she still wanted to be an assistant principal, she
Mhm.
still could do that, right? And so
Mhm.
I'm gonna go ahead and just throw out and say that, I've been on my job for 23 years. I don't have nothing to say about my job. It's a good job. It's a good place to work. But like Kristen was saying, in 2 years, I can see where I will be a little further along than I have been in 23 years. So, I mean, the truth of the matter is just the truth of the matter. You
Right.
have to look out for yourself and for your family. And
Mhm.
sometimes, I'm a little bit older than everybody on the screen. So, I came from that generation. Get
Right.
a good job, make sure you retire from that job, just stay on that job, deal with stuff,
Right.
life happens. But no, I don't agree with all that stuff anymore because I don't think you should be harassed. I don't
Right.
think you should be pressured to make a decision that a lot of the men around the office don't have to make. And no, I just don't agree with some of that. But anyway, Kimberly, I'm gonna go ahead and let you jump
Can I,
in
can I can I say one thing, Kim,
there.
before you say
Yeah.
that? If I'm gonna be like if we're on this podcast and I'm gonna be like completely real, I'm making half my salary doing the business part time.
Hmm.
So, and that's being in a business just 2 years. So go ahead,
Mhm.
Kim. I'm,
And
I'm I'm
that
keeping it real.
brings me to my next point. A college education doesn't not necessarily equal the dream job or the dream salary.
Right.
I feel like sometimes we were sold a bad dream. You go to school, you get the good education, you're going to get the big home, the big salary, and that's not always the case because honestly, entrepreneurs, we're the ones that are going to pay ourselves what we're worth. And so it's
Mhm.
about building at the end of the day, it's about building a legacy. What will you leave here when you're gone? What kind of inheritance will you set up? And understanding how money works is really the tool that every family needs in order to set up a legacy. And so what I love about being a money coach is that we've got all the tools. When we talk about an inheritance, it starts with life insurance. A lot of people don't understand the power of life insurance. And so as a money coach, we teach people, that's the foundation, because that's the only money that you will get that you won't pay taxes on. Any
Right.
other money that grows and that you can buy hundreds of thousands of dollars of life insurance, and it's tax-free money that you can set up in trust for your kids when you're no longer here. So
Right.
that's the foundation as you're building your wealth through investments, mutual funds, different vehicles of that sort. But if we don't understand how to invest our money,
Mm-hmm.
it's because it's a difference in saving money and investing money. So if we don't understand the difference between the two, how can we ever get to financial independence?
Right.
And I always make a joke because to me, job stands for just over broke, because they're gonna pay us, they're gonna pay you enough so you don't quit. And a lot of times people work enough so they don't get fired, and that game goes on for 20 or 30, 40 years. And it's like, once I leave this job, can I pass my job to my child? However, no matter how good the job was, it's not something that you can pass along. But you can pass your business. You can pass an inheritance. You can build a legacy that you can pass, right? Through investments. If you don't have a business, you can do that through investments if you understand how money works, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you can do that through a business. So we just want people to know all the options. So if you're not into entrepreneurship, you can always invest to get there. But if you don't know how to, right? Then it's almost a catch 22, because so many people right now are wanting to know, how do I win the money game? And
Mm-hmm.
that's why it's so important. As money coaches, I feel like we have a mandate to teach people how to secure the bag. And so I'm excited about Ladies Night Out, because
Right.
that's what we're doing. We're giving all the secrets away when it comes to investing.
All of the secrets.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have opportunity to join Ladies Night Out, it's there are some gems that are being dropped during that
Mm-hmm.
session. And every time that we have someone to get on that's new, they're like, oh, wait a minute, what you say again? And so we're getting
Mm-hmm.
those phone calls. But it's the
Exactly.
truth. It really is the truth.
And I think it's, two parts, like we said, a lot of people just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We've always heard, make sure you saving your money.
Right.
Saving your money. We didn't always hear, make sure you're investing your money.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a difference in those two things. There's a difference in the rate of return. There's a difference on,
Mm-hmm.
how fast it grows. All those things are different. And then too, again, back in my day, when you talked about maybe going into business for yourself, you thought, or investing, you thought you had to have like $10,000 for it to make
Mm-hmm.
a difference.
Don't.
But oh my lord, we've come a long way, right?
Yes, we have.
Absolutely.
Right.
And so,
Yes.
Kim, um, I mean, Kristen, I'm sorry. So I know you've talked about your salary and things
Mm-hmm.
are good, but really, because a lot of times people learn things, but they learn it and they take it for themselves. Why are
Mm-hmm.
you so passionate about teaching other ladies, other men, other families what you know?
Well, number one, go back to something that you said, like, growing up, you know, go to school, go to college, get a good job. And at that time, when I first went to school, I went to school for nursing. I chose to change my major to a whole nother major, and it was so my bachelor's degree is in human services, and and then I went to school to get my teaching license. So ultimately, that's not being a teacher and move up the ladder within the school system. That was not my initial goal. But along the way, me trying to find my way, um, I got in debt. and I was being a young mom, being in debt, trying to make it. So I feel like, I have everyone has a story, and nobody can tell your story. Nobody has lived your story unless, you actually willing to share it. And so, I say my story has turned into a testimony because, I was a young mother and I chose to go to school to have a better life for my children at the time. And so college, was the way. I always go to college. If I went to college, then I'm gonna have a better life for my kids, because that's again what was embedded in me. It's what I talked about in school. So a lot of these concepts that I learned now, I didn't know, and I feel like I wouldn't be in a lot of debt that I am in now. Trying to literally crawl out of that debt. And then my debt came from all my debt is student loans. And so yes, I'm making half of my salary, but I'm paying off my student loans so that I can continue to provide and have the things that I want, because I feel like we should have the desires of our heart. I feel like we should have the things that we want.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yes, my children are in college, but they are not going to leave college in debt like I did. They're
Mhm.
not, if I have anything to do with it. And but again, doing this business, I have learned these concepts. I have learned what to do and what not to do. And so that's why I'm so passionate about doing it, because I am I feel like I'm an example for so many people, because
Mm-hmm.
I was a young mother, and I do have all the college degrees. And I'm
Mhm.
very proud of my accomplishments. Very proud of my accomplishments. But we also don't have to be in debt either. You know,
Mm-hmm.
be in debt to achieve the goals that we and the dreams that we have. We don't have to be in debt. And because this company has allowed me to see it for myself at the age I am, I'm able to achieve the goals and dreams. I'm seeing I like in these 2 years doing this business, I have achieved some of my goals and dreams that I had for years.
Mhm.
I mean, if to be honest, we've been able to travel more. Um, I'm able to invest in my own children, because of this company, being with Primerica, because of again the money I make. So I'm able to do a lot of things that I have not been able to do for so long, because it's like, oh, do we have it or we don't have it?
And I think that's such a blessing because, I know a lot of people, they dream, they like, okay, when I retire, I'm going to travel. When I retire, I'm going to move here. When I retire, such and such. And I mean, but you never know when you're going to be able to retire unless
Right,
you are making plans, concrete
Mm-hmm.
plans to retire,
right,
you know. And, we talk about how we see a lot of elderly people, well, used to be that they were, greet people at Walmart and the different
mhm,
stores, and these older people outside getting these buggies and stuff in the cold and the rain because they can't make it because
right,
they stayed on that job and they were tired, but they're not making enough.
right.
So,
Mm-hmm.
Kimberly, what do you think about that? I mean, why are you so passionate about that, about this
Well,
job?
when I saw that, and I saw so many people that I knew, family, friends, just people in our community, church members, going back to work as a young person, I said, wow, I don't want to. In my early 20s, I saw people that I know had been working before I was even born, and now they're retired for 2 years and having to go back to work.
Mhm.
A light bulb went off, and I started searching because I knew there had to be a better way, because there was other people that I saw that was retired, that was traveling, that was living an abundant life, but then
Mhm.
there was other people, same, both people were good people, they just had a different outcome, and I realized it's because they didn't get the information. And
Right.
so when I got the information, I felt like it was an obligation for me to educate my community,
Mhm.
because it's a saying, people would do better if they knew better.
Right.
And so we have to kind of shake up their traditions of, working on a job for 20 years, retiring with a watch and a pension. Because if you didn't get a pension years ago, number one, you're not going to get one,
Yeah,
Right.
that's,
because
you better
that no
say that.
longer is a way to retire. But even that, you know, people have to know about investing. You're supposed to be preparing for your retirement at 25 years of age.
Right.
But we're not taught that in school.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
We're not taught that.
No.
If they're not teaching it in school and we're going to college, right? How
Right.
are people going to know if their parents wasn't taught,
Right.
if their grandparents had to go back to work, right? But I knew that there was a better way, and when I got exposed to these concepts, I understood the rule of 72 at 22 years of age, and it blew my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing I did was I shared it with my grandmother. At the time was in her late 60s, and she had never heard of the rule of 72. I knew then people needed these concepts.
Right.
That simple rule. And if you're listening to this podcast and you don't understand the rule of 72, then I encourage you to reach out to one of us,
Right.
because the rule of 72 changed my whole financial situation,
Oh,
because I
Right.
understood then how money truly worked. And most people think they have to have a lot of money. I started investing $50 a month, right? And then as my income grew, $100, $200, $300, right? And so learning how to invest is that's a learned skill.
Yep.
Learning how to save money,
Yep.
you know, because we were only supposed to live off of 80% of our income.
Mm-hmm.
10%, I believe, go to charitable contributions. I believe in tithes and offering.
Mm-hmm.
Then 10%
Right.
to pay yourself. And then you set your lifestyle up on 80%.
Right.
But because we were never taught that, we live our lifestyle on 90% or 100%. Some of us were taught, tithes and offering. Some of us wasn't,
Right.
um, or charitable contributions, and some of us wasn't. And so we live our life on 90%.
Right. And some people don't even understand it. Not understand what you just said, Kim.
It'll
And I
change.
mean,
right.
it will change your life. It will change your thought process. It will change the way. Oh, do I need to buy this right now? Nah, I'm good. You know, because we good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we are good. And I don't mean to cut you off, Miss Allie, but
Oh no, go ahead.
I did want to say this. You talked about, your grandmother, Kim. I am in contact with people daily who are near retirement and planning to go back to work
Already planning to go back.
before they even retire. Okay? They're getting part-time jobs right now. So when they retire, they'll have some extra income because they know after all these years, they're not going to have enough to live. When
Exactly.
people think that you got to be 6 feet under to live, no, we can live now. You
Mm-hmm.
just got to learn how to manage and budget and invest your money.
And
Mm-hmm.
that's one thing I noticed that jobs do. They start having those retirement webinars, but they don't have them till you can't go to them till you like 58, 60 years old. It's too late then. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you can make a
Y'all,
slight change, but you about out the door then. They should start having those immediately.
right,
No, this is what your future is going to look like. But I mean, you can't even go till you're a certain age. And so, I just think that's so sad. And I mean, even for me, you guys know how, I'm very active with my parents now, they're aging and stuff like that. And I did not think, I mean, I knew we was all getting older, but I didn't realize what it really might take for them to age gracefully. You
right,
Mm-hmm.
know, I don't
right,
want them to be in pain, not be able to get therapy and things that they need because they don't have enough money or they're scared their
Mm-hmm.
money's going to run out.
right,
And I mean, and I think this is what Ladies Night Out and the different, webinars that we have, that's what it's about, to really open people's eyes, because we all about, oh, you only live once. Hey, I got this money right now. We got this stimulus. I'm going to go out and buy me this coat, this ring. No, I mean, it's okay for you to buy yourself something, but invest as well.
right,
Mm-hmm.
So like
right.
Kim, like y'all know one thing that bothers me is to see a GoFundMe when people, and I mean, hey, I've had to do one
I
before, like
saw
for
one the
my
other
church,
day.
and I shouldn't have had to do it for my church.
Mm,
But people are doing that to stay in their houses, to keep their lights on, to get
Mm-hmm.
their kids clothing, and I mean that just tears me up because I
mm,
mean now people are so they so used to GoFundMe's, or now they're scared that people are scamming them. Even if you really need something, that GoFundMe is not going to help you.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's temporary. A lot of things that people are out here doing is temporary, and they, the quick buck, that stimulus is temporary. It's
Right.
temporary if you're not doing, if you're not invested and putting it in the right area. But that when I was in contact with some individuals who are near retirement, it blew my mind what they were saying. And I think prior to Prime America, that would have been like, oh, okay, But now I was like, what? I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Right.
want to be like that. I'm not want to be
Exactly.
like that.
And so, Kim, I think you were getting ready to say something a minute ago.
Yes, I'm trying to bring that thought back. But one of the things that I always talk to people about is when you think about people that, like Kristen was saying, they're retired but they're already talking about having to go back to work. That just makes us understand that 401k, my husband is an excellent investor, and he talks about that you need three streams of income coming in to be able to retire.
Right.
So most people have a 401k, but a
Mm,
lot of times they're not even maxing it out. They're not even maxing out what the company is matching them, right? So that's free
Right.
money that people don't understand. They don't understand that concept.
Right.
But even with the 401k, Social Security, the way that it's set up, and they keep moving the age up because people are living longer, and I think about millennials. Millennials right now are go hunt on being entrepreneurs. So they're not working these day to day 9 to 5
nope.
jobs. So guess what? They're not paying in a lot of Social Security.
Right.
So the money that we're paying in today is covering the people that are retiring in the next few years. So when it's our time to retire, they have to move the age up because guess what? Nobody is paid in for us. There won't be any money there on time. And
Girl, shut
the
up.
government has been giving us signs all along to let us know that we need to start thinking about our own retirement. And so if you really think about it, with everything that's going on, if people are contemplating on having Social Security, they're not max. They have 401k, but they're not maxing it out. So that means they got um, half of an income really coming in from a piece of their 401k. So Security is going to be delayed. That's why they have to go back to work.
Right.
So you need a 401k, you need an IRA, mutual funds,
Right.
and then you need personal savings like bonds, different things of that sort, so that you can be in a position to retire.
Right.
Because Social Security, unfortunately, at our age, it's not going to be there on time.
Mm-mm. No.
Exactly.
I believe that they're trying to get it where we're age 72. Like, who working to 72?
I can I can agree with that. And because honestly, because a lot of the 401ks and like the funds that they are, set aside, you can't touch them, until so long. And if you do touch it, you're being penalized. And people not realizing that a lot of that penalization that you're getting, you have to pay it back. So you're paying back your own money, um,
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
interest. And so if you're not putting your money in the right place, then you're still losing.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Mm-hmm.
still losing. And again, it's the money game. And until I joined this business, I never understood the money game, and I thank God that I understand it now. And again, and I'm not trying to rag on education, because I do love what I do. I feel like
Yeah.
that's part of my calling. That's become part of my life. And I moved up, within the school system. So, but the fact of the matter is that a lot of jobs, there are caps, you
Right.
know
Mm-hmm.
Right.
and that's just the reality of it. um
Mm-hmm.
and so I'm being honest, because there are caps on a lot of the jobs that we do.
And then think about emergency savings. How many people in our communities that work a 9 to 5, because there is a cap on the income. Let's talk about the groceries are going up. Let's talk about the
Right.
gas
Mhm.
is going up. Let's talk
Right.
I was
about
just thinking about that.
everything is going up. Our day-to-day necessities, healthcare is going up.
Going up.
Everything is going up, but the paychecks.
Mhm.
And
You're
so,
right.
and we talked a lot about that. It's a lot of people making. They said in 2000, $40,000 was considered a good salary. Well, today a lot of people are not making $40,000 a year, and that
That's
was
it.
20 years ago.
Right.
And so, but all the goods and services, the gas, like we were saying, has went up. So people don't have emergency savings
Right.
set aside when these emergencies come up, and so they're borrowing from their
Right.
401ks. They're
Right.
borrowing from their investments, when if they would understand the money game. I,
Right.
I truly believe that if you understand how money works, and you're supposed to have 6 months of your living expenses set aside, and if you don't make enough money to do that, then there's options, there's ways, but most people don't even know that they're like, you ever see a rat that's on a wheel and it's running and it's thinking it's
Mhm.
gonna ever get out, but it's
Mhm.
it's just continually running.
Right.
And
Right.
so that's what a job cycle has done to a lot of people.
Right.
And it's
Right.
time for them to get out, because like you say, the income is not going up, but goods and services are going up. But they feel like, how can I start a new career? The fear comes in because they've been at a certain place for a certain time. And what I love about becoming a money coach, you win both ways. You don't
Mhm.
have to stop what you're currently doing.
Right.
Kristen is a prime example.
Right.
Right.
Alicia is a prime example.
Right.
You start part time, but because the bigger the problem, the bigger the paycheck.
Right.
And money, for a lot of people, has
Is a
been a
problem.
big
It's a problem.
challenge.
Yeah, it is.
And so that's why you're able to make so much money, because everybody has to deal with these issues. At some point, you're going to be able to help people with the things that we're talking
Right.
about. And in return, you help
Mhm.
yourself.
Right.
And then everybody gets into a better financial situation. So,
Right.
understanding the money game, getting into a business that teaches you these concepts where you don't have to come out of pocket.
Right.
That's why I'm always looking, all of us are, to mentor, to train
Right.
other women, other men, couples, things of that nature. Teach them these principles, because
Right.
if they get these secrets, man, they can change not only their life but every generation after them.
Right. And that's why I'm so passionate about this, because again, I was not taught this, in my home growing up. I went to school, I was not taught this. I went to college. I came out of college in
Exactly.
debt, but like I said, I am, you know, I am proud of my accomplishments, but that's why I'm so passionate about teaching the my family and friends and the community partners this information, because again, all of us on here are examples, and I
Mhm.
do work full time. Allie works full time, but I'm making my money on the side. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that you guys were talking about is just the fact that you don't have to, sometimes people feel like they have to jump from one thing completely all into the other. But like you said, Kim, the great thing about this is you learn and you earn as you grow,
Hmm.
so you can do this on the side. You put in the amount of hours that you need, to do what you need to do. Because one of the questions Kim asked me was, is there anybody in your circle who has like a securities license or an investment license? And I went all around my circle and I said, nope, not one, you know? And so a lot of us have that story. We don't have somebody in our circle, but it's time to incorporate somebody in that circle
Right.
Absolutely.
who can
Absolutely.
help us out, who we can go to and ask those questions. And that person could be you,
Right.
this listening, today. And another thing we like to do is collaborate with other people. Like we like to collaborate even like with real estate agents, because
Right.
as you're selling a young couple their house, you can also, refer them to us and say, these are some things you need to look into. You need to look in home security. You need to check out your auto insurance, make sure you got the lowest rate because you're starting off as a new family. You need to make sure you're insured. So we like to
Mhm.
collaborate with others as well, right, ladies?
Mhm.
Right. And
Also,
even
people,
go ahead.
go ahead.
No, I was saying, and even have your own paralegal services with the free will
Yeah.
too. We offer that as well, and I like the fact that we're offering the health, the Medicare as well. So I always say that we're a one stop shop. I think Kim calls it a money market.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Financial grocery store.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
financial grocery store.
yeah, you
Yeah,
should not starve when there's a financial grocery store available to you.
I know that's right.
Financially, none of us should be starving. We live in the land of opportunity.
Land of
People say we don't
opportunity.
have opportunity, but yes, we do.
Yes,
Yes,
And
we
we
do.
it's
do.
up to us to ask the right questions. I'm always going to be a learner. I'm
Mm-hmm.
always going to be asking questions. I'm always going to be seeing what can I do to get myself in a position where I know more so that I can teach more.
Right.
None of us can ever stop learning, and that's why it's so important to surround yourself with people who are are doing more than what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Have
Exactly.
mentors.
Right.
Go ahead, Kim. Were you finished? I'm sorry.
Hmm.
Because Kim's husband gets on my nerves. But guess what? He's an investor. So you know what? I'm like, hey, Wayne, how you doing? Because he knows something that I haven't jumped into that level yet. But it's a place that I want to go. So yeah, I'm gonna stay connected because I'm really, y'all know I get a little emotional, but I've always been that person who, I was the only child. My cousins, they were around me for a little while till they, moved to another city or whatever. And so, I just was always feeling like, well, I ain't gonna ask nobody for nothing. I ain't gonna trust nobody to be messing with my money because this is the only little dollars I got.
Right.
But I realized I don't know what to do with these dollars. They ain't doing nothing for me except for paying a few bills, but the way I'm working, the way I'm putting in this time, I should have more than this. I
Right.
should be able to go on vacation and not have to
Right.
plan for a whole year
Right.
before I do it. I
I
should be able to put
listen.
a
I
set of
know that's right.
tires on my car and not have to worry about, okay, how long is it going to take to me to recover, because I need tires on my car.
Right.
It's stuff that we need in our lives, but when we are providing for our needs, we shouldn't go lacking in other areas.
Right.
Mm-mm.
So,
I agree, and I'm gonna say, and I hope I can say this, but when you talking about putting tires on your car, I think that the little things that, like, you hit the nail on that kind of resonate with me. The little things that are really not little things, but they're big things, like everyday life happens,
Mm-hmm.
and where prior to Primerica, I'm like, well, how are we gonna do it? Or,
exactly.
well, I gotta wait for a paycheck to do it, or I don't know, we're gonna have to hold something off, or I mean, literally let a car sit because I did not have it at the time.
Hmm.
But I'm gonna tell you, there is nothing good about feeling to walk into a dealership, or I only go two places to get my car serviced. I go to the dealership and I go to Walmart to get my tires. But I need this. Here it is, and boom, it's done. I,
Hmm.
y'all, that there is no, and every time I'm like, thank you God, because before then I wasn't able to say, okay, I got it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm not like you, Allie. This is like an emotional. It's like I truly, truly thank God that I know, and I'm gonna say how old I am. 36 years old.
I'm 20.
um, but at the age of 36, I can say that I've been this job, this opportunity is, and God can say it's an opportunity, and it has been one of the best things that ever happened to me and my family,
Exactly.
because I'm not having to worry about, oh my gosh, am I going to have the money to do it? Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I got the money to do it. I got
Come
it.
on, sis. I need
So
some tires on my car. Can you
Mm-hmm.
meet me? Well, not.
I'm just saying,
But
it's just, this is the concepts. I mean,
Right.
everyone has access to this. Everyone.
Right. Right.
There is no discrimination. It's just knowing how to do it, knowing what to do, just
Mm-hmm.
learning these concepts, and
Mm.
that's it. And everyone has access to it. Everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just glad I'm a part of a business that is freely giving this information. Some people go pay to get this information.
Mm-hmm.
If you walk
Mm.
into the bank, they're going to be very hesitant to give you this information. And I'm saying that with truth because I've done it and I've seen it. They're
Right.
hesitant to give it. So I hope nobody don't take that offensively, but I'm speaking the truth.
Honey, you're right. I remember me and my friend laugh about this all the time. This was probably 10 years ago or something like that. I went to a car dealership and, I was just shopping around. I wasn't really ready to buy, but I was like, I know I'm going to be having to save, to get this car.
Hmm.
And so, I kind of told the guy, I said, this is a credit score I'm working with. This is kind of what, honey, when I tell you he closed that laptop and sat back and just said, well, maybe these are some of the things you need to do. I was like, did he just close that laptop? Like, we're not going to conduct no business.
Right.
I was like, okay, I got you. I'll remember that. Stuff like that make you feel, like you're unworthy or, you're not even going to give me the respect to talk to me.
Right. When you have this information and when you're in those situations, saying the right words will get you what you want and need. That's a fact.
Hmm. And like Kim keeps saying, you got to know the game. You got to
Have
know
to
what to
know it.
say. You
And
got to
it
know how
is
to present it.
money game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the truth. Know it's the
And
money game.
that's
How do
another
you
thing.
win a game if you don't know the rules?
That's it. And credit is not as complicated as we thought it was. Let me just say how I thought it
I
was.
think
It's
her
not as
connection went out a
complicated as I
little
thought
bit.
it was.
Exactly.
But if nobody taught you about credit, then how would you know? How would you know? And so that's a part of financial literacy. We teach
Mm.
every aspect there is when it comes to financial
Yes.
literacy. And so that's just
Right.
that's mind boggling to me that people don't understand the magnitude of how it could change their life if they got educated financially.
And
Yeah.
And
I can
It
say that
changed mine.
exactly. And I can say that, I'm can tell Kristen really has a heart for it too. But that's what I'm saying about this business. It's like we all want each other to win. And that's another thing about this business. I've been in other businesses where people are, trying to get ahead of each other. They fighting for a position. But here in this business, nobody's the only thing they're fighting for is for you to do better, for you
Right.
to get what because Wayne will always say, Kim's husband, y'all have a license, what you doing with it? Why are you gonna have a license and not use it? Why are you gonna have a license and not put it to work? And that's the thing about us, we are licensed professionals. And
mm-hmm,
so, and we're out here to help somebody else. And I know Kim, she's passionate because she would be like, what if this person died today and we didn't
mm-hmm,
get them the information? And she'd be serious. And I'd be like,
yeah,
I'm gonna call them. God, get off my phone. But it's a serious thing. And I am like
It
one of
is
the,
so
new kids on the block, and I'd be kind of nervous, but they put things in perspective. We're not trying to
mhm.
just make money. We're trying to
No.
change people's lives. We're trying
mm-hmm,
to make sure that when they pass away, that all the things they worked 3 jobs. Now their children can't even keep the house that they started
Right.
building,
mm-hmm,
because they didn't
Right.
protect their income. Like
Right.
Kim said, we'll put insurance on our cell phones in case we lose that, but not on our income,
But not on
which
you.
provides us the way to keep the cars and the houses and the cell phones. Right? Kim, you
Right.
got anything you want to add to that?
only thing I would say is that understanding, I can't stress enough that we change people's lives with the stroke of our pen.
Right.
Literally, I live and die by that statement. People say, "What do you do?" I'm a life changer. I change people's life with the stroke of my pen.
Right.
Once they understand the concepts that we give them, their life will never be the same if they follow those concepts.
Right.
And I'm a living witness to that. And so I tell my children all the time, I said, we didn't come from money, but now money will come from you, because now we have the secrets. We know how to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
And the more we help other people, the faster we're going to get there to financial independence. And so, you know, I just want to say, as we kind of wrap up, is that if you don't understand financial literacy and you're interested in a free consultation, please reach out to us. We are always open. One
Right.
of these ladies on this call can give you a free consultation. Free consultation, okay? So we're not like Edward Jones, where when they teach you about investments, they're charging you by the hour, or they're charging you a certain percentage to invest your money, all these fees to invest your money. We're here to help, right? And so if you really want to understand where you are and where you need to go, like, simple question is, how much money will I need to be able to retire?
Right.
People think that's simple, but people don't know that. They're just some of them have 401k and they're praying and they're hoping that's enough. But
Right.
if you ask them how much money do they need, they won't know.
Right.
What is your debt freedom date? Right?
Ooh, that's a
Everybody,
great question.
everybody needs to know. What's your credit score? Right? And those things like that. How much money would you need to send your son or daughter to college? And so all of us want to do that, right? But we don't know the answers to those. To me, those are like the most important questions.
Right.
You know, I look at, because my goal is to get completely debt free sooner than later, right? So I'm looking at that date every day, right? And
Yeah.
so, and if you save money, you can pay cash for cars when you need them, because cars break down, right? If you
Mhm.
understand the money game. So you don't have to continually get back in debt all the time.
Exactly.
So get the
Right.
answer to those questions. If nothing else, do a free consultation so we can teach you how to get those answers. What's the interest rates on the loan that you do have?
Mm. I know that's
How do
right.
you keep yourself from getting these high interest rates where you're paying more in interest than you are for the product?
Mm.
Right? It's the small things that will keep us from being, financially devastated in the future. And so, hey, my take on it is, I'm here to help. These ladies are here to help. Plug into the date will be up soon. We'll have a flyer. Guys, plug into Ladies Night Out, because we giving away the secrets. They say we got the secret sauce.
Yeah, the secret
We
sauce.
got it, ladies. We got it. Join us for Ladies Night so you can get these jewels.
Exactly. And so, just when you were talking about that, I was thinking about, the credit part. Y'all, your credit score depends on what your interest rate, like Kim was saying, like when you get a car, when
Okay.
you get a house. So
Right.
let's get these credit scores up. And it really doesn't take as long as you think it would take.
Right.
And you just have to be strategic with what moves you make and how you invest, what you open up and what you close.
Mm-hmm.
It's those little things that make a difference. And baby, I bet if I went to that car dealership today, old boy would open that laptop up, because
Right.
you feel me?
Right.
But so having options, for me, having options. I would rather, be in the market for a car and be able to look around and get what I want
What you
than
want?
have to get what I can get.
Right. What they trying to
Live
get? Yeah.
where I can live. Go ahead, Kristen. What was you gonna say?
No, no. You were on the right track. I was. You said get what you want, and I'm not. I'm not going to take what they want to give me. I'm going to get what I
Mm-hmm.
want.
Thank you. And so we're here to just present these opportunities to you, to let you know you have options, and the options are not so far fetched that they are not attainable to everyone who's listening to this message today. And
Right.
so we're going to take a real quick break, but stay with us. And ladies, while we're taking this break, I want you to be thinking about either like your last word of encouragement or your last piece of advice. And we're just going to, keep plugging Ladies Night, because I kind of put it out there. I ain't really ask anybody, but I feel like we're on an initiative right now. We're on a mission to change people's lives. We
Move.
want to change how many women's lives did we say? or did I put out there that when I posted that?
I
Was
don't.
it 30 in the next 30 days or something like that, or 30?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, as many as want to come. We don't want to. We're not trying to
That's no
limit.
number.
We're
Like
not. We're
if
not going for a number.
101, it ain't like we ain't gonna help you.
Right.
But as many want to come, and so that's why I say make sure you like this video, you share it, because the thing about it, we know that somebody else is in the same position we are. We know somebody has the same questions we have, and sometimes um we even, it's kind of scary to broach the subject with people, but you can just share this video and be like, hey, what do you think about that? You know what I'm saying? Even like husbands and wives, sometimes it gets a little sketchy. They don't want to talk about money because how we know money is one of the biggest issues in a marriage, correct?
Right.
So we want to help families. We want to make sure y'all stay together. Y'all don't have to argue about no money. Just come to us. We're going to help you out.
Right.
So we're going to take this quick break and we'll be right back. And you guys be thinking about what you're going to leave them as the last piece of advice or encouragement and how they can reach out to you. We'll be right back.
Thank you for being such a wonderful listening audience, whether you were listening live or on the replay. And don't forget to like our Facebook page, Making Connections with Aly and Shay, so that you can get notified every time we go live. Do you have a burning message to share with the audience? Contact Alicia Johnson at info@aliciajohnson.com. That's info@ALYSSIAJOHNSON.com with your topic idea and your message to be booked on the show. And if you're an inspirational speaker or a motivator or simply seeking a platform to share your message, contact Miss Alicia Johnson at info@aliciajohnson.com. That's info@ALYSSIAJOHNSON.com to be considered for 30 to 60 minutes of weekly airtime right here on the Making Connections Network. Again, contact Alicia Johnson at info@aliciajohnson.com. That's info@ALYSSIAJOHNSON.com to be considered for 30 to 60 minutes of weekly airtime, your own radio show right here on the Making Connections Network.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Making Connections. This is your girl, Aly. You guys know we are here every Monday at 2 p.m. and every Saturday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you go like our Facebook page, Making Connections with Aly. Turn on your notifications so you'll know when we go live because we are really gearing up for 2022 to continually have these kind of conversations and to bring people before you who can really make a difference in your life. And so turn on those notifications. Make sure you share these videos because, like I said, it's good to get the information for yourself, but it's always good to share it as well. And so before we go, I'm going to give Miss Kristen Downs. She is a regional leader in our company. She is making the moves and she is helping people across, what, 3 or 4 different states. You have licenses
Yes.
in different states. So she can help people. So, what is your last words of encouragement?
Well, my last words of encouragement are to just do not stop daydreaming. Um, Continue to accomplish and go after your goals and your dreams. When we do have our ladies' night out, join the call because I promise you will be left with great information that is definitely life changing. We provide information that's life changing. This business changed my life, and I can honestly say that. But and we also help individuals achieve their goals and their dreams. And don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. So join our calls, join our ladies' night out, reach out to us, and we can get you the gems and the jewels that can change your life.
And Miss Kimberly, thank you, Kristen. I have thoroughly enjoyed getting to know Kristen. She is a blessing and she's an encouragement. So keep doing what you're doing so I can keep following you, girl.
Oh, I'm silly too, but thank you.
Hey, I like that too.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You're sweet.
Thank you. And Miss Kimberly Roberts, our regional vice president, one of our major leaders. And honey, when I tell you she has information on information, honey, y'all
Right.
better tap in.
Right.
Thank you so much for having me on the call with you, amazing ladies. Man, I learned so much from everybody. Like I said, always be a learner. Always look to learn something so you can get to the next level in your life. And so I believe if we stay at a student level, if we stay there, I feel like life just continues to get better. So I've already gave you guys my final thoughts earlier, but I do want to let you guys know that I am on Facebook. You can reach out to me. It's under Kimberly Roberts, and you'll see my title there, so you can know that it's me. And you'll also see a picture of us with a Primerica logo. So reach out to us. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to connecting with so many people. So thank you again for allowing us, giving us this platform to share. It's so many avenues that you can get to if you just open up your mind to new opportunities. I'm so glad that I dared to dream, like
Mhm.
Kristen said. I dared to be open for new
Right.
opportunities, new ideas. I dared to learn more about financial literacy. It's kind of like the Steve Harvey said, you just have to jump. And because I did, so many few years back, life has never been the same. So I encourage you ladies
Haven't been
to
the same.
to get connected to people that have faith,
Right.
because it takes faith to get to the next level,
Mhm.
but
Right.
it also takes having the right information along with that faith. And
Right.
we got all of that to help empower you to get to the next level. So hey, reach out to me on Facebook. You can also email me at Kimberly Stroud Roberts at primerica.com.
Yes, Kimberly
Back to you,
Stroud
Alan.
Roberts. And again, just like the ladies have been saying, don't be afraid to try again. Maybe you tried a business before and it didn't work out. Maybe that really wasn't the business that was for you. Maybe, you weren't ready at the time. Maybe you didn't have the support you needed. But I can promise you, if you join this team right here, child, child, that's all I'm saying.
Right.
They gonna be calling your phone. They gonna check on you. They gonna check on how your mama and them doing.
Right.
They really do care about, and I think that's the difference, because this is a business where people care about other people. And so, just like Kimberly was saying, and we mentioned before, maybe you don't have anybody in your circle who has a securities license. Maybe the people in your circle don't even have the faith that you have. Maybe the people in your circle don't have the vision that you have. Don't let them talk you out of the place that God is trying to take you.
Right.
And so sometimes you just got to be the example. You do
Right.
what God tells you to do. He starts illuminating your life, and then everything will fall into place. So don't even worry about that, because He's got it all in control.
Right.
And so before I go into a whole preach, we're gonna get off this line.
Okay.
I want to say thank you to Kimberly and thank you to Kristen for
Thank you.
joining me. And this won't be our last time together. So, again, make sure you go to the Facebook page and turn on those notifications so you know when we go live.
Right.
And again, we're here every Monday at 2 p.m. and every Saturday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. Even if you want to do a radio show, maybe you're not ready to jump out there, and just do it every week. We have guest experts that come on like once a month. If that's something you're interested in doing, sharing your products, sharing your vision, we have space because this is my show, but I also have a network. So, I can offer you space there as well.
Right.
And so I love you. Appreciate your support here at Making Connections with Aly. Thank you, ladies. I'm excited about what God is going to do. And as always, we're going to leave you with love, positivity, and good vibes. Have a good day, everybody.
Good
Bye,
day.
Chris, Jen, and Kim.